My friend just confessed to me that she had been sleeping with my fiancé for months? This is going to be a long story. I, 31F, have engaged to my fiancé, 36M, for a year and have been together for 3 years in total. He's very sweet and supportive of me during our relationship, and we're due to get married next Friday on our 3-year anniversary. He proposed on our anniversary last year on a trip to Hawaii by asking me to marry him by writing in the sand. I cried and said yes. The only thing I did notice, he has been working more hours as an IT tech lately, but he still made time for me. Still, I was excited to get married and spend the rest of my life with him. As for my friend, 30F, we became friends around the time my fiancé and I got together. Actually, she knew my fiancé before she met me. They had mutual friends, but weren't close, although they saw each other off and on through the years since we live in a smaller town. However, after my friend and I became close, they became friends as well. We became so close that I asked her to be a bridesmaid at my wedding. She also helped me out during wedding planning along with my sister, 26F, who is my MOH. Everything was going smoothly. Then, a couple of weeks ago, my fiancé came home and told me a weird story about my friend. He tells me that he went to a bar after work and saw my friend there drunk off her bottom. A guy then came up to her and tried to hit on her, but my fiancé told the guy to back off and offered to drive my friend home. Once he reached her apartment, my friend all of a sudden kissed him. My fiancé then pushed her off and helped her get into her house and left when her roommate got her in. He said she was drunk and probably wouldn't remember, but he wanted to tell me because nothing had happened. I assured him that I trusted him. I then called my friend the next day to let her know if she remembered kissing him. She didn't know what to say. I assured her that I wasn't mad and she was probably very drunk. She thanked me and quickly hung up. I woke up this morning nauseous and threw up in our bathroom. I didn't know if I was sick or if it was nerves from the upcoming wedding. I then heard a knock at the door. I opened it and saw my friend looking at me with a nervous look. Before I can even say anything, she told me we needed to talk. My heart started racing as we sat down on the couch together. I didn't know what was to be expected. She took a deep breath and confessed to me that she and my fiancé have been sleeping together for months. She then started crying. I felt the air lift out of me as soon as those words came out of her mouth. I asked to repeat what she said. She did. I felt the silence in the room. I got up from the couch and put my hands over my head. Are you fucking me? You're my friend and bridesmaid and you choose to sleep with my fiancé and decided to drop the bomb 1 week before I was due to get married? Taking my deep breath, I asked her how long has this been going on. She told me that it started about a few months after we got engaged after they ran into the bar. She proceeds to tell me that there was serious sexual tension that night, and even though they knew it was wrong, they slept together that night and he went home to me after. She also confessed that he wasn't working more, but he was going to her apartment when her roommate wasn't there. They also slept together during the drunken kiss, which she said she wasn't drunk at all. I then asked her who else knew about it. She said no one because they both knew his coworkers would have told me about it. She then pulls up her phone and shows me text messages between the two of them, which she had him under boo. I then seen the recent texts. It was him saying asking for pictures. Then it was her sending nude photos of herself to him, which she didn't have courtesy of censoring. Then he replied, "Thank you." I then shoved the phone back into her chest and opened the door and asked to leave. I also told her she was no longer my friend and to never speak to me again. She nodded and held her head down as she walked out without saying another word. I then shut the door and wept and wept. My heart is hurting right since the future that I've imagined is gone. Plus, I've lost my friend. What am I going to do now? How am I going to tell people? I immediately called my fiancé, but since he's at work, it went to voicemail. I left him an angry message saying I know what happened. I just want to know, should I wait until he comes home? Or should I just leave because this revelation is messing with my mind?